How did humans eat before fire? It is easy to forget how strange cooking is. You take food that would be tough, dangerous, bitter, or almost impossible to chew, and you place it over heat until it becomes safer, softer, sweeter, and easier to digest. Today, that feels normal. But for a long time, humans did not have that option. No campfire, no roasted meat, no boiled roots, no warm meal at the end of the day. Just teeth, hands, stones, hunger, and whatever the landscape allowed. So how did humans eat before fire? The first answer is simple but uncomfortable. They ate food raw. Raw plants, raw fruit, raw seeds, raw insects, raw eggs, raw shellfish, raw fish, and sometimes raw meat. But this does not mean they were casually biting into perfect steaks like animals in a cartoon. Eating before fire was work, a lot of work. Imagine finding a dead animal or catching something small and knowing the food could help you survive, but could also make you sick. The meat might be tough, the fat might be useful, the organs might be rich, the bone marrow might be valuable. But none of it came with a clean label saying safe. Before fire, food was a puzzle. Some parts of the world offered fruit and soft plants. Other places offered roots, nuts, shellfish, eggs, insects, and scavenged meat. But almost everything required judgment. A berry could feed you or poison you. A root could be full of energy or full of chemicals your body hated. An animal could be fresh enough to eat or already dangerous. A shellfish could be easy food or a hidden risk. So early humans had to learn the landscape the way we learn language. Slowly, repeatedly, by watching others, by remembering mistakes, by passing knowledge from one person to another. One of the most important skills was knowing what not to eat. That sounds simple now, but in a wild landscape, the menu is enormous and most of it is not made for you. Plants defend themselves with bitterness, toxins, thorns, hard shells, and fibers that are difficult to break down. Animals defend themselves by running, biting, hiding, fighting, or carrying parasites. Even when food was available, it was not always easy food. Before fire, teeth mattered more, jaws mattered more, chewing mattered more. If you found tough raw meat, you had to tear it, pound it, slice it, or chew it for a long time. If you found roots, you might need to scrape them, mash them, soak them, or avoid them completely. If you found nuts, you needed a way to crack them. If you found bones, you needed a stone to break them open and reach the marrow inside. Food was not just eaten, it was fought with, and this is where stone tools become important. Long before humans were cooking dinner, our ancestors were cutting, scraping, smashing, and opening food with sharp stones. A stone flake could slice hide. A heavy rock could crack a bone. A sharp edge could cut meat into pieces small enough to chew. This changed everything, because a weak human mouth could borrow strength from a tool. But even with tools, raw food had a cost. Raw food usually takes more chewing. More chewing takes more time. More digestion takes more energy. And if a food is too tough or too fibrous, your body may not get all the calories inside it. This is the strange thing about food. It is not only about what you swallow, it is about what your body can unlock. Before cooking, many calories were trapped behind toughness, fibers, shells, and chemical defenses. Fire became a key. But before that key, humans had to survive with patience, memory, and very strong attention to food. They probably spent huge parts of the day finding it, testing it, carrying it, preparing it, chewing it, and sharing it. And sharing mattered. Because one person might find fruit, another might crack bones, another might know where shellfish were hiding, another might remember which plant made someone sick last season. Food knowledge was group knowledge. Survival was not just a hungry person finding something to eat. It was a community remembering what the land had taught them. But here's the strange part. The human body does not look like the body of an animal built to live forever on raw food. Compared with many other apes, humans have smaller teeth, smaller jaws, and a very energy-hungry brain. That creates a problem. Brains are expensive, they need a lot of energy. And raw food is not always generous. So when our ancestors learned to control fire, food changed from something the body had to battle into something the body could use more easily. Cooking softened meat. It made roots easier to chew. It killed some dangerous microbes. It made some foods safer. It released more energy from many foods. And it reduced the amount of time and effort needed to eat. That may sound small, but it might be one of the biggest changes in human history. Because when food becomes easier to digest, the body can spend energy differently. Less energy on huge jaws, less time chewing. More energy available for a growing brain. More time around the fire. More time for watching, teaching, talking, remembering, and planning. Fire did not just make food warm. It changed the shape of the day. It changed what could be eaten. It changed where people gathered. It changed the night. And maybe it changed us. Before fire, eating was colder, tougher, riskier, and slower. After fire, food became softer, safer, and more social. A raw meal is something you survive. A cooked meal can become a place where people gather. That difference matters because civilization did not begin with cities. It began with small groups of humans trying to stay alive, trying to remember which plants were safe, trying to crack bones, trying to chew through the day, trying to turn danger into dinner. And then, one day, fire entered the story. A flame in the dark, a piece of meat changing over heat, a root becoming softer, a group gathering closer, a night becoming less frightening. This is why fire feels almost magical in human history. It was not just a tool, it was a doorway. Before fire, humans had to eat what nature allowed. After fire, humans could begin changing nature before it entered the body. And from that small orange light came something much larger. Cooking, warmth, protection, storytelling, community. Eventually, civilization. So the next time you eat something warm, soft, and easy, it is worth remembering how unnatural that comfort really is. For most creatures, food is still raw, dangerous, and difficult. But humans found a way to put the outside world through fire first. And in doing that, we did not just change our food, we changed ourselves.